We're surprised by the gifts of the people who show up, who feel like they have nothing left and in fact no words, but are so sort of desperate to make these connections with God that in their exhaustion, in their desperation, maybe it's in their humiliation, maybe in their loss, maybe in facing their regrets or their fears, their doubts or their failures, that there's healing. And in that healing, there seems to be this real fresh sense of like self-acceptance. And I think that's sort of the path, right? Because in this self-acceptance, and we find these folks who have been marginalized or excluded or hurt or wounded by sincere, genuine, earnest people of faith to become to us sort of a healing embrace, someone who accepts, someone who redefines what inclusion looks like. And it's caught us off guard. It surprised us. It surprised us that the so-called unlikely other is the one that we continue to hear the voice of God speak through. But what's not surprising is that was sort of the trick in Scripture. I mean, that's sort of always like the little gimmick. That's always the hook. Like, that's always why those little stories in the Bible end up being so compelling, is because they also catch you off guard. And so we shouldn't be surprised at, right? This is how God continues to work. I think what we want to facilitate is the invitation to rest in love, to rest in God, to rest in learning to be comfortable with who we are as a gift of God to ourselves and to the world. I think what we want to invite people into is, I think we want to move from like thinking that our vocations can be sustainable to actually thriving in difficult vocations. I don't want my marriage to be sustainable. I don't want to tolerate my wife. Like, I actually want that relationship to be dynamic and vibrant and growing. And I think sometimes we get stuck, and we get so stuck that we want any alternative than what it is that we have, and so we will settle for what is tolerable or sustainable, and that's no way to live, actually. And so we want to see folks move from sustainable vocations of hope to real thriving lives of love, of hope, of peace. I think we want to invite people into a new kind of unity that is affirming, that is accepting, and again that begins with the acceptance of self, right? And I think we want to do this because we do bear witness to hope, right? That we are part of a bigger family, that we are part of a bigger we, and that if we can find ourselves in that, like, the world will be healed as we are healed in that world.